Good morning, class. How are you today? And how was the night? This morning, we'll be looking at angles in a polygon. What is a polygon? A polygon is any plane shape bounded by straight line segments with no hole inside. That is a polygon. Examples of polygons are triangles and quadrilaterals. What are quadrilaterals? Quadrilaterals are four straight line segments like your square, rectangle, your trapezium, your rhombus, your parallelogram. They are quadrilaterals because they are bounded by four straight lines. When two straight lines intersect, four angles are formed. That is, when two straight lines meet, four angles are formed. This is a straight line. This is another straight line. When they meet, four angles are formed. These are the angles that are formed: angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. The two angles opposite each other are equal, and these angles are referred to as vertically opposite angles. Now, angle A is vertically opposite to angle B, and they are equal. Likewise, angle C is vertically opposite to angle D, and they are equal. Now, the sign I put on the letter here is the sign of an angle. This reads angle A equals angle B. Angle C equals angle D. Now, let's proceed. Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line sum up to 180 degrees. And this is also called supplementary angles. That is, an angles that when you add them together gives you 180 are called supplementary angles. Now, when we look up here, this is a straight line. So the sum of angle that is meant to be here is supposed to be 180 degrees. Now, this is angle S and this is angle Y. When we sum them together, it must be equal to 180 degrees. That is angle on a straight line. Now, angles at a point. Angles at a point add up to 360 degrees when they make a complete revolution. It's just like the hand of a They make a complete revolution. It's just like the hand of a clock. When the hand of a clock moves from 12 and go back to 12, that is a revolution. And the angle formed there is 360 degrees. Now, it means when we sum angle A plus angle B plus angle C and angle D, it must give us 360 degrees. And these angles at a point is also known as conjugate angles. At times, you might be asked that what is a conjugate angle? It is an angle that sum up to 360 degrees. Parallel lines. When two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, the following angles are formed. First of all, what is a parallel line? Parallel lines are lines that can never meet. They go in different directions. So when two parallel lines, this is a parallel line, this is another parallel line. You can see they are going in different direction. When they are cut by a transversal, the following angles are formed. A, corresponding angles, they are formed, and corresponding angles are equal. If you look at a diagram here, angle A is corresponding to angle D. Why? Angle A is on the top part of the first parallel line, and angle D is on the top part of the second parallel. So they are corresponding to each other, and they must be equal. That is, if angle A is 10, angle D also will be 10 degrees. Likewise, angle B corresponds to angle C. And likewise, angle E corresponds to angle F. Angle E is on the bottom part of the first parallel line, and angle F is on the bottom part of the second parallel line. So they correspond to each other, and they must be equal. And angle H also corresponds to angle G. Angle H and G correspond to each other. Now, another angle that is formed is alternate angles. Alternate angles are also equal. Now, what are the alternate angles here? Angle E is alternating to angle C. So angle E is alternating to angle C. These are the alternate angles here. Angle E equals to angle C. Likewise, angle G is alternate to angle D, and they must be equal.